So welcome everyone to the HSC Office for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month event. I'm Dr. J.P. Sanchez, serve as the Executive Associate Vice Chancellor for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion at the Health Sciences Center at the University of New Mexico. On behalf of all of us at the HSC Office of DI and Vice President Dr. Romero Leggett, we would like to thank you for making time to join us. For those who could not be here today, this presentation will be recorded and posted on our website. Before we begin, I just wanted to go over a few housekeeping items. We will be using a Zoom webinar format that does not allow participants to address the panelists directly, but rather through the Q&A function. Please place any questions in the Q&A box at the bottom of the screen. And with that, we're going to go ahead and get started. So we have two guests joining us today. Victoria Shi, who is the Strategy Vice President for the Asian Pacific American Medical Student Association and serves on the Executive National Board. And our own Dr. Akshu Balwan, who is a clinician educator and assistant professor in the Department of Internal Medicine, and also is fellowship trained in sleep and allergy and pulmonology?
No. Interventional pulmonology.
Interventional pulmonology. Thank you for that clarification. So without further ado, Victoria, please start us off.
Just a second, I'll be sharing my screen. I'm going to be directing you guys to the AAPI's website so you guys can follow along with visuals. So AAPI stands for Asian Pacific American Medical Student Association. It's a national association of medical and pre-medical students and also alumni. And our biggest goal is addressing the unique health challenges of the Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander communities. And in total, we have more than 4,500 AAPI members through 9 regions in the United States and over 120 active chapters. And combined, AAPI has over 10,000 service hours per year. All directed towards bettering the health of the AAPI communities. So we have multiple branches of AAPI: membership, health affairs, advocacy, diversity, and strategy. And all these branches work together to keep AAPI running. I'd like to highlight some of the health initiatives that we have under the health affairs branch. So some of the current initiatives that we have going on is we work with Be the Match to create a national bone marrow registry. And AAPI members, we have these initiatives to swab AAPI members and to have them added to the registry to be matched to people who need bone marrow transplants. We also have an initiative for education in hepatitis, just because hepatitis B and C are extremely prevalent in the AAPI communities. We have a cancer initiative to discuss cancers such as hepatocellular carcinoma that disproportionately affect AAPI individuals. We have mental health initiative and then community outreach. And then under our advocacy branch, we address many of the current events such as Asian hate, health policy regarding AAPI communities. And then under our diversity branch, we uplift the underrepresented voices in the AAPI community, such as the Native Hawaiian and Pacific Islanders, Southeast Asians, South Asians, and then members of the LGBTQIA community. And that's just a quick snapshot of AAPI. If you would like to learn more, we have many events throughout the year. You can reach out to strategy@apamsa.org to contact me for more information. And I just want to highlight that AAPI has been working with DINGAP. That is one of the organizations that Dr. Sanchez is the head of. And we partner to increase academic education, research, and train the next generation of leaders in the medical community.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Victoria, for your leadership and your intro to APAMSA. So now let's get going with trivia, what's brought us here together. So I'm gonna share the screen, and Dr. Balwan will walk us through the first question. But before we get there, everyone, if you could take a moment and use this QR code to access the game. You can also go to slido.com and type in this number, and that will also give you the ability to play along. So let me know once everyone has been able. Nice. Excellent. Good
Oh, it
start.
shows up. Yeah.
Very nice. Everyone join in. As I tell everyone else, let me also. Okay, good. Oops. Right. All right, let's get going. So Dr. Balwan, can you start us with the first question?
So the first question is, who was the first scientist to clone the HIV and determine the function of its genes, which was a major step in proving that HIV is the cause of AIDS? And this person had an Asian American Pacific Islander heritage. Shuji Nakamura, Flossie Wong Stahl, David Ho, Stephen Chen, or Eileen Gu.
So everyone has, let's see.
20 seconds.
Yeah, 20 seconds. 20 seconds, but also I could see once, you could see in the corner too, how many people have already responded.
Oh, it's unfair if I answer, right? No. Okay.
Yeah, me too.
I would answer still just to get that 4x4, but I don't. Not for. Well, it's unfair for Alan. I don't know what should we do, JP?
Alan is going to win. Alan, you are going to win a prize. So everyone just play along, and it's good to reinforce the information.
Yeah.
Alan is not only going to win, he's going to have the chance to pick between 3 prizes. All right.
4x4.
Yeah, let's go to the next. The correct answer. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so I can give it line. I mean, she was she is no longer with us. She died at 73, but she contributed immensely to the HIV research, initially at NIH and then at UCSD. And she was born. She was originally from China. Yep, there.
Okay. Victoria, you're up. I think I'm just.
Okay, so our next question is, Peter Tsai is best known for patenting what? The HIV vaccine, the ventilator, the N95 mask filter, the COVID-19 vaccine, or the HPV vaccine?
Yay, Alan.
Nice job.
That's correct. The N95 ventilator. He's a Taiwanese American inventor, and obviously patented the N95 mask. He's an expert in the field of non-woven fabric. And he currently works at the University of Tennessee.
And
You know a
he
fun
ended
fact
his
about that?
retirement. He ended
Yeah.
his retirement. That's impressive.
And
You
think
know?
when he retired. He had retired in 2019 and 2020 COVID hit. He came back. So no retirement for him.
I know. What a great contribution. All right, you ready? Dr. Balwan, you're up.
Oh, which of the following worked on in vitro fertilization and developed the combined oral contraceptive pill? He's worked a lot on the mammalian fertilization. Was it Jay Bhatt, Chen-Xing Wu, Min-Chi Chang, you might have mispronounced that, Stephen Chu, or Kalpana Chawla? All right, you got 4 of 4.
All right, here we go.
Alrighty, so Min-Chi Chang is the right answer. And yeah, he's again a Chinese American reproductive biologist, worked in the 1960s. He worked in the area of fertilization and mammalian reproduction. His most important work, he did a lot of things, but led to in vitro fertilization, which eventually led to his work led to first test tube baby in the future, and best known for his contribution to the development of combined oral contraceptive pill.
Okay. Our next question, the first female Asian American vice president of the US is who? Eileen Wu, Simu Liu, Har Gobind, I don't know if I pronounced it, Har Gobind Khurana, Kamala Harris, or Kimmy Yan? Everyone, please get this one right.
We're at 4 out of 4.
Good job, everyone. So Kamala Harris, she's an American politician and attorney. She's the 49th and current vice president of the United States. The first female vice president, and highest ranking female official in US history. The first African American and first Asian American vice president.
All righty, so this is very interesting. I did not know this, but who invented the USB, Universal Serial Bus Interface, that we all use? Kimmy Yan, Shuji Yakamura, Vanki Ramakrishnan, Ajay Bhatt, Jokichi Takamine. Right answer.
This is tricky. And I did the slides and just remembering. Definitely has to be open book for me in the future. I can't remember.
4 out of 4. Let's see.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. So the correct answer is Ajay Bhatt. He also worked on PCI Express interface. So Ajay is an Indian-born American who worked at Intel and developed several widely used technologies, including USB, PPM, and various chipset improvements. If you are into assembling computers and other tech stuff, you see all this all the time, and I didn't know that this was the guy who invented it at Intel. Now we are at like USB 4. So
Excellent.
Okay, next one. She's referred to as the First Lady of Physics and the Queen of Nuclear Research. Who is she? Chien Chiang Wu, Eileen Gu, Kalpana Chalwa, Kamala Harris, or Flossie Wong Stahl. The answer is Chien Chiang Wu. She was a particle and experimental physicist, and her fields of expertise were nuclear and particle physics. She worked on the Manhattan Project, in which she helped develop the process for separating uranium into uranium-235 and uranium-238 by gaseous diffusion. And like mentioned in the question stem, these are her two names: First Lady of Physics, Queen of Nuclear Research.
I'm up. Who was the first American woman of Indian origin to go to space? Should be easy. Flossie Wong Stahl, Kalpana Chawla, Eileen Gu, Kamala Harris, or Chen Wu. Maybe you should think about option 4, huh? No, just kidding. With tourism, maybe one day, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everybody got that right. The right answer is Kalpana Chawla. She was an Indian-born American astronaut and aerospace engineer who was the first woman of Indian origin to go to space. She flew in 1997, and the unfortunate part is during her last mission, the Space Shuttle Columbia exploded. That was her last mission. She's actually, well, I didn't know her or anything. India's a big city, but she's like 100 miles from my hometown where she grew up.
I always share it that I grew up a mile away from J-Lo, because I did, right? It's great to have like these moments where you're like, I never knew her, never met her, but I grew up next to her.
Yeah.
Who is known for cooling and trapping of atoms with laser light and is the former Secretary of Energy? Is it Stephen Chu, Ajay Bhatt, Min Chu Chung, Peter Tsai, or Flossie Wong Stahl?
I gotta say, there seems to be some engineers contributing to this, or physics majors. Nice.
The answer is Stephen Chu. He's a Nobel Prize winner, the 12th U.S. Secretary of Energy, and he's known for his research at the University of California, Berkeley, and his research at Bell Laboratories and Stanford University. And the cooling and trapping of atoms with laser light is what he won. And shared the 1997 Nobel Prize with.
All righty, easy one. The actor's name with his 10 rings is one of the strongest Marvel superheroes. Who is the actor in a Marvel movie with 10 rings? Let's put it that way. Dwayne Johnson, Simu Liu, Dwayne Johnson. Well, he's so big, he deserves to be mentioned. Stephen Chen or Bruce Lee?
That was my mistake.
All right, everybody got that right. Simu Liu. He's actually a Canadian actor, and his biggest claim to fame is Shang-Chi in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the Legend of the Ten Rings. But it means it comes a long way for these Asian American Pacific, like AAPI heritage, to be a lead role in one of the leading movie franchises of the country. So that's actually a big achievement. He's written his memoir and stuff, which is nice to read, kind of about representation.
Okay. Who showed the order of nucleotides in nucleic acids, which carry the genetic code of the cell and control the cell synthesis of proteins? Is it Har Gobind Khorana, David Ho, Ellison Onizuka, Jokichi Takamine, or Shuji Nakamura?
Oh, answer. Sorry, I keep forgetting.
Shame on me.
I will say reading these names on paper is much easier than saying them aloud. The answer is Har Gobind Khorana. He's an Indian American biochemist. And while he was on the faculty for University of Wisconsin-Madison, he shared the 1968 Nobel Prize for Physiology or Medicine with Marshall W. Nierenberg and Robert Hawley for research that showed the order of nucleotides and nucleic acids.
All righty. Who is the first freestyle skier to win 3 Olympic medals at a single Winter Olympics? Kimi Yan, Eileen Gu, Venki Ramakrishnan, Shuji Nakamura, Alison Onizuka. I can tell you there's not a lot of skiers from India. That's a hint.
Oh.
Lin Gu is the right answer. She's a Chinese-American freestyle skier. She competed for China in 2019. And at 18, she was the youngest Olympic champion in freestyle skiing after winning gold medals in big air, half pipe, and silver medal at the 2022 Winter Olympics in Beijing. And she's originally Chinese, but now is American. She competed for Team USA.
I think she actually switched. She competed for China. She was Chinese American, but I think that was part of the story, no?
Yeah. I think she's, what was the that was saying, she competed, well, deficit. She did China eventually?
Yeah, she represented China at the last Olympics.
Last Olympics, yeah.
At the last Olympics.
Last one, yeah.
Okay. Oh, this one's a good one. Who is of Samoan ancestry and is one of the greatest professional wrestlers of the time and is integral to the development and success of the World Wrestling Federation? Simu Liu, Ellison Onizuka, Dwayne Johnson, Bruce Lee, or Stephen Chen?
I think everybody put in their answers even before you finish this time.
Waiting for one.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is of Samoan ancestry. He's an American actor, film producer, former professional wrestler. He's widely regarded as one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time, integral to the development and success of the World Wrestling Federation.
Alrighty.
Mama's not giving me juice.
I'm in meeting, sorry. Okay. Sorry about that. Who is a Taiwanese American internet entrepreneur who's one of the co-founders and prior CTO of video sharing website YouTube? Bruce Lee, Stephen Chen, David Ho, Ellison Onikuza, Shuji Nakamura. All righty, Stephen Chen, everybody got it right. He's a Taiwanese American internet entrepreneur, co-founders and prior CTO of video sharing YouTube. Who knows the first YouTube video?
Thriller?
I don't know the name, but I think he and his friend made it at the zoo.
Yeah, A Day at the Zoo. And that was
really
their first.
good.
Yeah.
I actually want to see that video. We should have shown it.
Yeah, it's not in great quality, but it's just like the other guy. I think who is a Pakistani guy at the zoo making a recording. Their motto was, "We will change how people watch TV," and they did.
I love that.
Next question is, who was the founder of Jeet Kune Do, a hybrid martial arts philosophy, drawing from different combat disciplines that is often credited with paving the way for modern mixed martial arts? Is it Dwayne Johnson, Simu Liu, Bruce Lee, Shuji Nakamura, or Jokishi Takamine? It's Bruce Lee. He's in Hong Kong, an American martial artist, actor, philosopher, filmmaker. And he founded this hybrid martial arts philosophy, drawing from different combat disciplines. And he paved the way for modern mixed martial arts.
Legendary, just legendary.
Have you seen the movie Ip Man?
No.
All right. Well, it's a good watch. He was the teacher for Bruce Lee.
Oh.
There's like 4 movies.
When did it come out?
Oh, like over the last decade, there's like 4 in the franchise.
Oh,
IP Man or Ip Man.
is that on HBO Max?
Don't know. It's there. It's on some streaming service. I think Netflix.
I think it's on Netflix.
On
Netflix has it.
And it's
Yeah.
called IT Man
IP, like
or
Ip.
IP Man?
Yeah.
Okay, my binge watching for tonight.
All right, next one. So who championed for combination antiretroviral therapy instead of single therapy, which turned HIV in the 80s and 90s from an absolute terminal disease into a chronic disease, attacking the HIV genome, HIV virus at multiple targets? Hargobind Khurana, David Ho, Stephen Chen, Alison Onizuka, Kimi Yam, and Shuji Nakamura.
I wanted to make this extra hard.
All right, Dr. David Ho is a Taiwanese American AIDS researcher, physician, and virologist. Not so much as Fauci's fame, but he contributed significantly to the treatment of HIV infection with combination antiretroviral therapy, and it helped kind of treat and tame the HIV pandemic in the 80s and 90s.
Well, that's interesting that you said that, because when David Ho came out with this recommendation, it was the biggest thing, right? Like people were dying 6 months from infection. So it's interesting. I never knew of Fauci during the HIV/AIDS epidemic, but I did know of David Ho. So that's interesting.
But Fauci knows everyone. Like now everyone knows Fauci, right? So, but it's kind of, you know.
And Fauci did a lot of work
fame
around HIV/AIDS right at the time, but he wasn't known the same. That was my big area of research as much as David Ho.
Yeah.
Just has a different perspective.
Yeah.
Spice up the discussion.
Yeah. Well, I was still not in med school back then. I'm post HIV.
Lucky, you were lucky.
Well, it was there, but you know, it was like pretty standard, like multiple therapy. That's what you do. That's what works.
I know. I'm much older than everyone on this call. So when I grew up, like I went to funerals and, 6 months, people were dying in isolation without family, and nurses didn't want to care for them. It was just a really tragic time. Okay, who's up?
Yeah, but that's crazy that in one like lifetime, so much can change and for the better. So
It is, right? Because before the HIV/AIDS epidemic, people had spoken about universal precautions, but no one was really taking it seriously, right? People would do exams, procedures without gloves, without masks. And so, it wasn't until HIV/AIDS hit that there was this reinvestment in research around what is truly universal, despite tuberculosis, despite all these infectious ailments. HIV transformed universal healthcare, not only in the United States, but across the globe. Anyway, sad note.
next question is, who was the first Asian American and first person of Japanese origin to go to space when he served as a mission specialist aboard Space Shuttle Discovery's STS-51C mission in 1985? Was it Ellison Onizuka, Jokichi Takamine, Shuji Nakamura, Venki Ramakrishnan, or Stephen Chen? It was Ellison Onizuka, who's the first Asian American, first person of Japanese origin to go into space. And he was a mission specialist on the Space Shuttle Discovery's 1985 mission. Unfortunately, he died in the Space Shuttle Challenger explosion the following year. Before his career in NASA, he served in the US Air Force. He was a flight test engineer and test pilot. Posthumously, he's promoted to the rank of colonel from lieutenant colonel.
All righty, next is me. So who was the first person to isolate the chemical adrenaline, also known as epinephrine, from the supraadrenal gland? And this was the first time that a pure hormone had been isolated from a natural source. I did not know this before the research. So Venki Ramakrishnan, Shuji Nakamura, Jokichi Takamine, Ellison Onizuka, or David Ho. Oh, yeah, all right. I couldn't answer that, but yeah, the first person was Jokichi Takamine. He was a Japanese-American scientist who in 1901 became the first person to isolate adrenaline. And those of you who work in clinical medicine, if you didn't know adrenaline, it's epinephrine and its derivatives save so many lives, sorry. They're so very important to our practice. This was the first time a pure hormone had been isolated. He also worked on a philanthropic level for improving Japanese American positions in society. And he funded the gift of 2,000 cherry trees from Tokyo to the tidal basin and Potomac River in DC.
My turn. Who often reports on topics relating to Asian American community, including issues of race and gender, in connection to the shooting deaths of 8 people in Atlanta on March 16th, 6 of whom were Asian American women? Is it Eileen Gu, Kalpana Chawla, Chien Xiang Wu, Kimmy Yam, or Kamala Harris?
I don't want to talk to you.
No. I'm here.
A celebrity feature. Okay, I can go for this one. Kimmy Yam is a first-generation Chinese American and journalist for the NBC. She reports on topics relating to Asian American community, such as race, gender, and she reported on the Atlanta shooting of 8 people, 6 of whom were Asian American women.
This is
Alrighty,
the
Go
last
ahead.
make or break question.
alrighty. Who is the inventor of blue LED? All the blue lighting we see. Anyways, it's a major breakthrough, considered a major breakthrough in the lighting technology. Was it Peter Tsai, Min-Ching Chang, Ajay Bhatt, Kalpana Chawla, or Shuji Nakamura? Hey, everybody got that right. Shuji Nakamura, by process of exclusion or otherwise, that's the right answer. He's a Japanese-born American engineer, invented the working field of semiconductor technology and at University of California, Santa Barbara. He invented blue LED, which was a major breakthrough in lighting technology, and further development of further LEDs means there's like all kinds of LEDs now. Right. That should be it. Is there more? Ooh, there's more.
Who shared the two?
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is the
What-
last one. Sorry. Go ahead.
Who shared the 2009 Nobel Prize in Chemistry with Thomas Steitz and Ada Yoneth for research on the structure and function of ribosomes? Was it Ellison Onizuka, David Ho, Har Gobind Khurana, Venki Ramakrishnan, or Simu Liu?
Sorry.
Oh, sorry, that didn't. Let's go back. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought I
So-
had that sheet. It's Venki
Ramakrishnan.
Ramakrishnan.
Yeah. Well, the STEM had most of the information about him, so.
Do you have it there?
No, I'm just saying the STEM had most of the information that he won the Nobel Prize, and he worked on the structure of ribosomes, and the Nobel Prize was in chemistry. He's Indian-born, British, American, kind of everything.
So congratulations, team. With open book, we did well. But our winner today is Alan. So Alan, you get your choice of one of 3 things.